Hey everyone, we're about to hit off our podcast with me and Jordan. So I hope you come with me and enjoy about I don't know how long this podcast will be, but we're excited and we're starting now in one, two,
Sure, it's not
three.
silent and doesn't make any noise.
All right,
Right,
you know.
Um,
All right, recording.
Wait, I'm gonna be speaking first. Just
I know. All right. 1, 2, 3. Recording!
Hi, this is Jordan Queen, the owner of this channel, and I am doing something different today. We are going to be filming our very first podcast, and I hope you don't unsubscribe. And we'll have all our social links in the Twitter, and I'm doing this with my friend DJ Grammy, aka John.
What up, everyone? It's DJ Grammy coming to you from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yep, that's right.
That is right. Yeah, so let's get started. Alright, this show is called Everything and Anything.
Podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Where we talk about, everything and anything.
Yep,
And
that's
it's
a whole
podcast.
that's the whole point. It's completely uncensored, raw. You get to know a lot about us, a lot about our friends, and we will be having future guests. And hopefully, if it gets big enough, we'll have celebrity guests. We'll see.
What kind of celebrities are you talking about?
Impractical Jokers, Sal, Humor, Joe. I love that show.
Yeah, I love Impractical Jokers. I guess let's start off by kind of just introducing ourselves for those of you who may not really know who we are.
Yeah. I'll go first. My name's Jordan Queen. I'm 22. Currently have a part-time job. And I still live at home. I have autism. Like, I'm just gonna say it's not even that big of a deal. So, yeah, that's a little about me. I'm a vegetarian. Hopefully, one day I will be a full-on vegan. You can hold me to that. One day. I'm not gonna give you the exact date. But, yeah.
Okay, and I'm John, aka DJ Grammy. I am actually pretty familiar to these podcasts. Actually, this is my first podcast, but I've had online radio stations before. We can crop that out. I've had online radio stations before, and I also had my own DJ Grammy show on 91.1 FM right here in Fort Wayne, home of Homestead High School's student-run radio station. Gotta give them a lot of credit. It took them a while, but they finally are 24/7. So that's good for them. And I remember I was there. I also have autism. I was diagnosed when I was 2 years old. And when I moved back to Fort Wayne, back in 2009, I found this support group meeting every Monday of the month. Or not every Monday, but and it was fun. It was really fun, because and I remember thinking when I first joined that, I didn't really honestly want to, be there all night because I was a little bit anxious. Let's be honest, who doesn't get anxious? And also at the time 24 was on, and 24 was one of my most favorite shows in the world. I'm not even kidding you. I have it all on DVD right now. So, but yeah, so I just kind of didn't want to, be there. So I told my mom, listen, you can you can pull me to this, but at 8 o'clock, I want to get out because at the time, the meeting lasted till 9 because the adults would meet from 6 to 7, and then the parents would meet from 7 to 9 with a special guest, and it was a round table. So, yeah, and I learned a lot about autism that night. So, and let me tell you too, that yeah, Jordan and I might have autism, but the saying goes, once you meet someone with autism, you just met one person with autism. So technically, you just met 2 people with autism. So, so not everyone with autism is going to be a stereotypical like us.
Yeah, and me and John met at the meeting he was talking about in March 2011, and I was also really shy, really shy, and I don't know. I mean, I really didn't really start talking until that winter. Sorry about that. He's taking care of something. This is real live right now. So, oh, there goes his microphone.
Yeah, my microphone just fell over because for those of you on my YouTube channel, honestly, I just finished recording behind the scenes stuff, that you guys would see exclusively on my channel.
Links will be in the description.
Yep, Grammy19 is my account. And also, we'll get to social networking later on, but yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the movies we've seen recently.
Yes, we've seen a lot of good movies lately. And I know that we mentioned this on the 5-Minute News. Also, my subscribers might know that. But yeah, so we've seen 3 movies lately that that I would give between an A and a B. The first 2 movies that I would give in the A range are Get Out by director Jordan Peele. You may know him from Key and Peele, which I don't know if it's still on Comedy Central, but I'm sure it's probably streaming on Netflix. Oh, hey, Netflix just got a free, a free advertisement for me. But okay, anyway.
We're not sponsored by anyone.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by anyone, but we're just doing this out of fun. But yeah, so where was I? Oh, that's right. We were talking about Get Out. Get Out has a strong message. If you haven't seen it by now, you should probably see it soon, because it is, without a doubt, one of the best movies of 2017. And it's already March. So, actually, today is my brother's birthday. So, happy birthday, Matt, if you're listening to this podcast.
Which you probably will be.
Yeah. But yeah, it has a strong message, and I definitely recommend it. It will definitely get you thinking. Since this is a podcast, I don't want to get too much into it. I think what we'll do actually is we'll let you watch it before we actually dive into Get Out during our podcast. So, just warning you, we'll probably have lots of stuff to say about it in 2 weeks or something like that. So, you have 2 weeks to watch it, okay? I mean, heck, it'll probably be in the dollar video by then.
Leave your thoughts on the movie or any other movies you've seen recently down below in the comments.
Yes, yeah, leave your comments in below. The second one is A Cure for Wellness, which will really, I'm I'm gonna censor myself, but it will really screw. It will really screw with your mind. Okay, it will really screw with your mind. For those of you who have seen Shutter Island, this is exactly up your alley. And if you like Shutter Island, then yeah. Don't ask me to explain the ending because I can't. That's what professional YouTubers are for.
Yeah, we're just amateurs.
We're just amateurs that just like enjoying movies. And yeah. And then, most recently we saw King Kong, or not King Kong, we saw Kong Skull Island, which, let me tell you right off the bat, stick around to the ending, because Jordan walked out.
And I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, she had to go to the bathroom. Well, I don't understand why she did just why she couldn't have just walked back in, but because
I thought you were in the bathroom already or something. So.
True. Well, the other thing too is that we went with two other friends, and they were not in the area. So, but yeah. So we saw it in 3D,
yeah.
or IMAX 3D, because our Carmike theater actually just got upgraded to the AMC theater. So that's pretty cool.
So if you didn't know that, now you know. People in the surrounding area.
Truly good news. And I will tell you too, on Tuesdays, it's $5 for any movie. You know, Carmike used to be $5 for regular movies, and then forever so much for an upcharge. But I think since AMC took over, and this is really smart, it's a brilliant way to get people in because people can see 3D movies and IMAX 3D movies for $5 on Tuesday, and it's at any time. That's what's great about it.
Yeah, and we'll also be playing games like Would You Rather, Never Have I Ever. Smash or Pass is a real popular one. At some point.
I guess this is the thing about adults with autism is that sometimes we just kind of just lose track of what we're talking about. So
yeah,
so that's another thing too. We're already like 10 minutes, actually 12 minutes into the podcast, and we've already switched topics 3 times.
Yeah,
so,
but it's our podcast, and like the name of the podcast, it's very
specific. Just wanna have fun. Yeah, girls just wanna have fun.
I apologize for his really bad singing.
Yeah, I know. I will not quit my day job. I'm sorry.
Best Buy, again, that free promo.
Well, actually, I
Hello? Why'd you unplug it?
Because I want to hear myself.
Are we recording?
Okay, alright, I'm back, guys.
Okay. Is mine not on?
Yeah.
Oh,
you hear?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear myself. Which I guess is better because I don't really like the sound of my voice that much.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, we just did a headphone change. We because I only had one headphone jack, so yep. Oh wow, that sounds much better. Anyways, so what now, Jordan?
Let's see. Anything good happened to you recently?
I mean, not really that I can think of.
Yeah. Weird stuff always happens to us.
Yeah, actually, I have the best story actually to that effect. So in October, I guess I'll just say we edit this out.
No, we're not.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're not. It's I told you, we're not editing anything.
I know. So anyways, yeah. So actually, speaking of which, so I think the craziest thing that the most recent thing that's actually happened to me is pretty crazy. So back in October, I got into a wreck. Jordan was my passenger, and yeah, Jordan was my passenger, and
It wasn't his fault.
yeah, I know. The wreck wasn't my fault, but Jordan was my passenger. What happened was this woman wasn't paying attention to what she was doing, and she completely shattered my back windshield of my now old Impala, and so it was completely beyond repair. So my insurance company just gave me a check for the value of the car, and I got a new car. But the kicker to this story is that she's uninsured, and she knew one of my best friends. Because and I potentially feel bad for this, but I sent that friend a picture of the windshield, and I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to him, and and he's just like, "You pot liquor, you don't send someone a picture of a car like that and not explain what happened." I was like, sorry. I mean, I was on the phone with 911. I mean, I had lots of different things going through my mind. I had to call my mom. I had to call the people I was meeting with, saying I was in an accident. I had to call my insurance company. I'm sorry, Nathan, but.
And I had to use your phone because at that time I didn't have a phone yet.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Nathan, but sometimes insurance comes first.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you want to make sure other people that were in the actual accident are okay first before. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy day because we were on our way to a pre-planning meeting for our young, high school and middle school group who also has disabilities, like autism and stuff. We were on our way there, and we were at a stoplight. No, we were getting ready to stop, and the lady just rammed the back of us. I mean, if we weren't wearing seatbelts, we would have went through that front windshield real quick.
Yeah, not to mention, too, that I'm very, very lucky that no one was in the back seat, because usually I have 2 or possibly 3 people in the back seat. And that would have been bad.
Yeah, they would have.
If I got injured.
Yeah, because the glass fell inside the car, not out, so they would have shattered glass in their skin.
Yeah. Thankfully, no one was injured either. I mean, the person or the lady that hit me, she was a little bit shooken up, and I guess she had to call 911. Because just minutes after getting off the phone with 911, I heard a fire truck and I heard an ambulance. All came to our rescue. That's right. Even though we didn't really need a fire truck.
No. As far as me in that situation, as soon as it happened, I was like, oh crap, what just happened? And John just stared at me, and we're like, what the freak? happened.
What the freak?
And
happened?
then we pulled into a parking lot. But after I got out of the car, I was more concerned about myself and John. So I didn't even realize. I didn't even really. I didn't even realize that lady was the one who hit us until John told me later on. I just thought she was a random person in a parking lot who, I don't know, had a panic attack or something.
And not to mention, too, she was driving a Jeep. And for those of you who have seen the pictures, it's might be still on my Instagram. But her freaking Jeep, like her Jeep spoiler on the front of her car was all the way in the back of my car, because my mom and I were trying to figure out what's that like huge
thing hanging off the back of your car.
Like that. It's almost like if my car had a huge ass. Of a dog. So.
I mean, hey, his car got an upgrade with that booty.
And it has Bluetooth and everything. So.
Yeah, well, his car that he has now.
And and quite honestly, looking back on it, I don't I'm she really did me a favor, because I didn't really need that car, because I bought it for a previous job that only lasted like 3 months. I wish I would have known that before I traded in my nice Toyota Camry. I gotta say, even though I drive a Ford now, I do love those Camrys.
In case you care about cars.
Yeah. So if we have any car listeners, let me know.
I mean, I know Patrick will be listening to this as soon as it's up, probably, unless he's asleep.
Yeah, probably both Patrick and David. They both get notifications when I get, or when I.
What about Nathan? Well, Nathan will see it eventually.
Nathan will see it on Facebook and other things. So yeah, which we just randomly just shout out different friend names. So.
Yeah, but you don't know. I mean, we didn't put their last name in, so it's not like they can find them. So.
Yeah, that's true. So.
And we're giving you guys shout outs because we know that you wouldn't mind being on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and let me tell you that this whole podcast setup has been so fun. I mean, it's been kind of annoying, but
Yeah, because we have to hook up 2 different types of microphones to one computer and set everything up.
Yeah.
Well.
I'm actually using special software that apparently is French, and I was concerned that I was gonna get a virus, but.
Watch out for those viruses. Check the internet and YouTube reviews before you download anything for potential viruses.
Yeah, for potential viruses. I mean, if people on YouTube say it's, if they even mention it, like in a positive way, then yeah, it's good, or actually it's safe.
Also, I'm gonna give this YouTube channel a shout out because I've been watching them repeatedly over like the past 2 or 3 days. They're called Book of Ken. Go check them out. I mean, we're not friends or anything, but I really love their videos, like a lot. So.
What kind of videos do they post, Jordan?
They're a couple, so they do prank videos. It's hilarious. They also do challenges and stuff like that. So.
That's cool. Yeah, like one of my favorite YouTube channels. One of my favorite YouTube channels was one of my favorite YouTube.
Sorry
channels.
about that. He has a stutter. I mean, not sorry, but like you already know what's going on. He has autism, so.
That is correct.
Sorry.
But yeah, one of my favorite YouTube channels is Screen Junkies, because they do this thing. They do this bit every Tuesday on their YouTube channel. It's called Honest Trailers. They just did an honest trailer for Beauty and the Beast, the Disney cartoon version, because obviously the new one comes out on Friday.
Tomorrow.
which we cannot wait to see that on Matinee Tuesday. But regardless, yeah, sometimes these house trailers just completely just tear apart the whole movie. But for the majority of the bit, it's pretty positive. It's almost like if you've seen Deadpool. I mean, Deadpool kind of at the beginning they do their own honest movie trailer, because they reference like a famous cameo from a comic book writer, aka Stan Lee. So, yeah.
How old is Stan Lee? I feel like we should look that up. How old is he?
I'm gonna look this up on my phone
because I definitely know he's like, I don't know, 80s, 80s.
And I even wanted to put this on silent. So, actually, you know what? This is gonna be pretty cool. But yeah, let's use Suri.
Also, I think it'd be a good idea for, we have a Twitter.
How old is Stanley?
Stanley Tucci is 56.
Okay, once
he
again,
looks
Suri,
80.
Once again, Suri, I didn't ask how old Stanley Tucci was.
Oh, whoops, wrong Stanley. My bad.
How old is Stan Lee?
Stanley is 94.
Holy.
Stanley is 94.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Wow. And he looks good for 94, actually.
I thought it was 80. I didn't know he was 90.
But yeah, he looks good for 92.
She said 94. You mean 94?
Yeah, 94. Gosh darn it. I already forgot that. They just Stan Lee.
This is how our podcast is always going to go because we both get distracted. So, I mean, it is what it is. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but you know what? We're already into almost 30 minutes into the show, and it's going really, really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We also have another friend who does his own podcast, and we might put him in a link if he's super nice to me.
What friend are you talking about?
Patrick.
Oh.
Patrick also has his own podcast. We might put his link in there. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see in the description. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So I gotta mention this too. So, all right. So those of you who are on my YouTube channel, who are subscribed to me, we just did the 5-minute news reunion.
Where I didn't talk at all,
yeah,
barely.
And
I look stupid.
And it's so amazing how Jordan is opening up easier now on microphone. This is why our radio station is gonna be off the wall. But anyway.
Oh, we should talk about that.
Yeah. Anyways, regardless. So my 5-minute news reunion special. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spit it out because I'm not afraid to say it. But for those of you who were wondering who I was talking about, I was talking about my old roommate Lucas. I'm not gonna reveal last name or anything,
or where he lives, because that would be pretty bad.
Well, I mean I don't know, but regardless, yeah, you don't need to know where he lives. Although actually, in my new movie, I might make a reference to where he lives. So. Keep a lookout for that, but
in case you want to stalk him, even though you don't know him whatsoever.
But regardless, so now part of this is my fault, but I can be gullible. I have been all my life, so and we will get more into that deeper in a future episode, But yeah, so I moved in with Lucas after only knowing him for 5 months.
Here's the thing too. His parents tried telling him like it's a dumb idea, don't do it. I remember that day exactly because me and him went to the mall like sometime in May, and he sat me down and he told me. I started crying. I said, "Why?" Because I wanted to be his roommate, and like I didn't like that. And then look what happened.
Yeah, that day just felt like honestly, me having to put a puppy down or something like that.
Wow, John. I wouldn't describe it like that. I was just saying, like, how do you not expect me to be upset when you tell me one thing and then you do another?
Yeah, and I mean, Nathan warned me too. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, this whole thing has been my fault, and I'm still paying for it. So,
we're not going to go into detail, though, because,
well,
I mean,
yeah.
unless you want to, but...
Well, I mean, no, yeah, I don't really need to go into detail, but basically, now, I didn't send him the YouTube link to the video, but I Snapchatted it, and I basically did a tease that we were coming out with a video, and I know if you followed my Twitter, that's the keyword there, followed. So, yeah, so anyway, what I was going to talk about is that, so anyway, so I tweeted it, and I even pinned it on my Twitter account because I knew he would see it. And that night, he tweeted another bullshit night. And I'm like, gee, I wonder if that's a subtweet for something. And so, after that night, I'm now blocked from all the social networking websites. And it finally worked, everyone. It finally worked. I am out of his life. I mean, yeah, I'm still paying my debts down, but he's out of my life. He's out of my life. He's not Snapchatting me randomly, just saying, "Oh, I missed you," and then going behind my back and like texting Tammy, saying, how much.
Aren't you a catfish?
Yeah.
That's literally what he said to her.
He literally. He literally randomly messaged my friend Tammy on Facebook asking, "Are you a catfish?" And
well, that's one way to be blunt.
yeah.
We all know she is, by the way. So, Tammy, if you're listening, don't even try. Bro, don't. We all know you're fake. We all know you're somebody behind that picture, but we all know you're fake.
Yeah. But, anyway, so she... So yeah, he sent her though that he said to her though that he said to her though that that, oh, my life is so much better than John's. My girlfriend is a model. Oh,
which I might interrupt him a couple times. I don't mean to. It just happens. So, which, by the way, where they live, there's no models anywhere where they live. There's a lot of woods and crap, but there's no. I'm guarantee you can't get work where they live.
There's also mudslides.
Yeah. What else is there? Oh, the first Starbucks. I guess that's kind of is there. No, that's in Washington. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're getting hot. You're getting hotter.
Yeah, but we all know models are usually in LA and Florida for bookings and things like that. So I guarantee you she's not a model unless she's a retired model. Air quote.
So much like my game plan for last week, Lucas, if you're listening, obviously, yeah, you didn't send me $10,000 for.
Thanks for nothing.
For your damages. So here's my plea to you. If your girlfriend is really a model, how about you take a picture of her, or how about you send me a picture of her as a model.
With a professional photographer.
Yeah,
like legit photographer.
Yeah, from a professional photographer that was obviously not taken off a website, because I will check it twice.
He's Santa Claus, y'all.
He's making a list, making it twice.
Oh, it's March. That's awkward. Oh, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, so wear green, y'all.
Or I believe all IHOPs are doing this, the 77-cent thing for pancakes.
Actually, what's funny about
or maybe
that,
not.
yeah, they are still doing that.
Right,
quite
but I'm
honestly.
talking about all IHOPs, like in all locations.
Yeah,
not just ours.
yeah, like all IHOPs nationwide are doing this deal where if you wear green, that you can get a short stack of pancakes for 77 cents.
In
That's
case-
amazing. 77 cents.
But you have to show them the email on
yeah,
your
you have
phone,
to show-
or you
yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that before John told me yesterday during dinner.
Yeah. Actually, what the funny thing though is that the waiter or our server asked me to delete it. Because obviously I already used it. But for whatever reason, I got another one this afternoon. Why would you set like? I
don't know. Maybe they want you to come back.
Maybe they want me to come back and wear another green shirt. I don't know. Like maybe the waiter thought I was hot. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Possibly.
So anyways, yeah. So alright, so we're allowing maybe 25 more minutes of this podcast. So
Oh. Let's talk about music.
yeah.
You turn.
Yeah, I mean my mic. If you want to talk, that's fine.
What?
If you want to talk, that's fine.
Let's see. Well, John isn't feeling too well right now, so he's in the bathroom taking care of things and whatnot. So also, my favorite animal's a dolphin. That was really random. But hey, you're supposed to be getting to know us, so let's see. My real dad lives out of state. I have a stepsister, older half brother, and younger brother, and my younger brother lives with me. My older brother lives in the surrounding area, and then my stepsister's off in another state too. So, but at the end of the day, I mean, it upset me at first in the beginning when my real dad would move because I don't know, like all his family and my family is in Indiana essentially. So, but at the same time, you gotta go where the money is. So I do understand that. I just wish he lived a lot closer than he does right now.
Talking about getting that money. Talking about getting that money. Talking about getting that money.
Yeah. So yeah.
So do we want to talk about music first, or we just talk about Radio for a Cause?
We can probably do Radio for a Cause first.
All right. So what Radio for a Cause is and I actually will put the link up during this podcast, actually during this segment. But what Radio for a Cause is that basically it's a passion project of mine that is going to start a radio station online and bring jobs to individuals with disabilities. And we'll actually have a video interview of for a minute for autism with Radio for a Cause probably later on this year. Obviously, for those who are subscribed to me, you know that I do a monthly series now about autism, and I go around interviewing people. But yeah, so I kind of want to focus on organizations other than ours at first, and then we'll maybe if it's like a slow summer or something like that, we can talk about Radio for a Cause. Yeah, and so basically, yeah, it's this radio station will bring jobs to individuals with disabilities, and I mean, and plus also neurotypical individuals, which are people that do not have any disabilities. Because I mean, we don't want to exclude them, but at the same time, we kind of feel like they're all there are actually often times that when I've heard people who have autism interviewing for jobs that they exclude that they have a disability in their
Application.
interview because they're
Yeah.
afraid of retaliation. Now, I've told all my employers that I have autism because I mean it's not really like it's not it's not really like I get emotionally unstable when things don't go my way or whatever, but everyone's different, and that's the thing that really gets me is that people shouldn't be afraid of explaining to their employer who they are. And this goes way far deeper than if you have a disability, like whether you're gay, straight, trans,
Bye.
lesbian, bi. You shouldn't have to, hide,
Who you are
Yeah,
for the fear of being discriminated
yeah,
against.
yeah, and women have it too. They're, some women are paid unfairly. So, So, and I mean, hopefully there are other organizations that feel this way towards, towards other groups. But Radio for a Cause, is going to focus on, individuals with disabilities because, I mean, honestly, I have a disability, Jordan has a disability, and we feel like we're a great people person, and could really relate to these people and hopefully mentor them, to the point where they love coming to work. And, I mean, honestly, I love going to work to Best Buy because I'm around electronics.
Free promo.
Free promo. Finally, a free promo for Best Buy.
No,
So-
that's the second one.
Although I never
did the
really,
first one.
Although I never really said Best Buy. But,
I said Best Buy,
oh,
not
okay.
you.
Okay, so that's like what the 5th time we said Best Buy in this podcast. So, yeah, but yeah. So, and we'll also be speaking at the Fort Wayne Disability Expo on May 13th, from 10 a.m. to 8 or not 8. God, I'm so blonde sometimes. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the correct time on May 13th.
I thought it was 4.
No.
Or is that when you have to be out?
We have to be out
Okay,
by 4
we have to
o'clock.
be out by 4.
And so do you. That's right. You, the spectators. But yeah, so and it is free to get in. $5 for parking because that's just a Coliseum policy. But regardless, we'll be there. So
Yeah.
as well as other organizations that we've interviewed.
Yeah. I'm hoping personally for me to see like a booth for like service animals like that help kids with their disability. Like I know they have lots of them, not just for seizures and stuff, like autism to help them break them out of their shell, help them be more social in situations and things like that too.
Yeah, and if you've been to the Fort Wayne Airport, free plug for them.
Unintentional.
Yeah,
Sponsor us. John used to work for you.
I don't know why I find that funny, but
Actually, you guys probably won't because according to you, he damaged a plane. So, bye.
well, actually, okay. So we're gonna go. Okay, so I'm backing up here because there's a long story here, and I'm pretty sure I'm able to divulge these details because it's not like it's confidential. But and it's technically actually DGS, which is Delta Global Services, got rid of me because they claim I damaged the plane. Which it was really the wheel of the stationary jet bridge. All I can say is that I really hope that my rant brothers and sisters worldwide feel me when I say that this stationary jet bridge is horrible. My friend that still works there still thinks about that that day, and we actually watched Sully, which is a movie with Tom Hanks, and he said that watching that movie made him think about what I went through. Although, I mean, what Sully went through what Sully went through was a little bit more elaborate.
It was a lot more extreme.
Because obviously, although he was a hero, he landed the plane on the Hudson, which I got, which honestly, if I was the pilot, and if that was my only move, that was my playbook. So take me to court again.
Don't take him to court. He already has enough to deal with. He's joking.
Yeah, I'm joking. But yeah. So anyways, yeah. So that's a little backstory about what George just said. So again, DGS, your move. But Fort Wayne the actual Fort Wayne International Airport has this new thing called PAWS. Where they will actually bring support animals. I think it's mostly dogs. To help support.
Hold on a second, cause I'm sure you already know this, but service animals, emotional support and ability, something like that. Animals and therapy dogs are very different.
Yeah, very much so.
Service animal, I'm about to educate you all in case you didn't know. Unintentionally, service animals, like I said, can be used for different things: autism, anxiety, depression, seizures, medical alert, things like that. Emotional support, and they can also go everywhere with you. Okay. Emotional support animals, they can go to the airport with you. They can fly on the plane. And according to some people, like if the apartment doesn't accept dogs or cats or whatever, they're allowed to be there because they're there to emotionally support you if you have anxiety or depression or whatever the case may be.
Woohoo! So, yeah, that was me actually. That wasn't a sound effect. That was completely me.
Okay, let's see. I feel like we should talk about music next.
Yeah. So, Jordan, what is your favorite music?
Hip hop, R&B. I love Eminem, as John well knows. I also use Spotify a lot in his car. Yeah, in your car. Because I currently don't drive right now, but that's a whole nother story we'll get into another day.
Yeah, and actually, do you want to talk about the concert that your big sister Alyssa?
Oh yeah, this is a couple years back in 2014 of August that year. Me and Alyssa, as a birthday present from my parents, I got a ticket to go see Eminem and Rihanna in concert. It's called the Monster Tour. I'm sure you guys probably heard of it. That was a really good time. That was one of the best nights of my life. And John couldn't go. I asked him, but I think he was working or something. So it was in Detroit, by the way.
Yeah. And yeah. It's a nice city, just horrible to drive in.
Yeah, well, Chicago's a lot worse. But, yeah, the hotel was really nice. Like, I'm pretty sure Alyssa paid for that. Yeah, she did.
Well, it was your birthday, so you would think so. Unless if Alyssa had the hookup, which
she could have. So yeah. Oh yeah. News Channel 15, Alyssa Iverson. You're welcome, Alyssa. Free shout out. Love you.
Yeah, I love her too.
Not in a weird way.
Yeah, because we occasionally actually all hang out. Last time we all hung out was we saw Fantastic Beasts together, and she was a little bit surprised to know that that it's actually
barely anyone was in the theater. That was weird.
Yeah, that really was weird because what time? Because I mean I know it wasn't the first official start time on opening night, but I
No.
think it was like in the medium.
It was 9 something.
Yeah, it was like 9, and also Fort Wayne also has a curfew now for those
17 and under.
for those 17 and under. They have to be home by I think 11 on weeknights and 1 a.m. on weekends to combat crime here in Fort Wayne.
So no teenagers can throw Project X parties. Sorry.
Unfortunately. So, which is a really good movie.
Yeah. Really good movie. You need to buy it, and you need to buy it extended cut because that has extra scenes and stuff.
And actually, I can maybe look up on Amazon how much it is.
Yeah, and also I think on each podcast we should follow one person. So I think this person we follow would be Stanley. Like for our Twitter podcast, like the Twitter page for our podcast would be Stanley. Like every time we do a podcast, we just follow one person on Twitter. Yeah. Not individual on the. Well, actually, I'll follow that person because I control the account. But
yeah, and I also follow the. I also. Lost my train of thought. I actually run. I actually run the Radio for a Cause page. So those of you on my Radio for a Cause page
who are interested in what we were talking about earlier, there's a Twitter for that, and there's a Facebook page.
Yeah, Facebook. Just search for Radio for a Cause, and the Twitter handle is Radio Cause. And website is www.radioforacause.org. And should mention also that we offer reward levels for those of you who
would like to donate.
And they're actually pretty generous. And hopefully in a couple of months now, we'll be coming out with something new that we can maybe offer reward levels for. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, I'll announce that later on. So, now you guys subscribe.
Okay.
So, and yeah. So, anyways, and my music interests are pretty much very broad.
Yeah.
I love variety. I love top 40. I love rock. I love alternative rock. I love classic. I love soundtracks.
He listens to rap too.
Yeah, I listen to rap.
Every once in a blue moon, like when he feels like it or whatever.
Yeah, like Eminem is my man. I actually have 2 songs from Eminem in my playlist. So
we would play it, but it would be copyright.
Yep, and we don't want YouTube to.
We don't want Eminem's lawyer coming after us. So
don't you play that song on YouTube yet. I never give you permission to.
He doesn't sound like that, by the way. Isn't he really hot for an older guy, though? I mean, to me he is. But I'm into older men, so.
Awkward silence.
Wait. Why don't we talk about what you're into, John? I think he's into younger people.
Yes, I am into younger people.
Like
I'm probably more of a cougar.
Or whatever the male version is. Whatever the male version is of a cougar is what he is.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
And I'm like a sugar baby, but without wanting the older guy's money. That was weird.
That's nice. And actually, I will say that is true. She is not into older guys' money because I mean,
if they have money, that's just a bonus, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Sal Volcano, call me. Actually, you know what? Twitter me. I follow you on Twitter. I'm sorry. He's really hot too when he's like 40, but it is what it is. So.
Actually, yeah, I gotta say, Sal is my man crush. And Dave Archuleta. And
He's obsessed with David Archuleta, people.
yes,
You'll get to know that.
Yeah, you'll
Ooh.
get to know that in a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like we said before, everything, all our social media, John's and mine personal,
Well, I don't really feel comfortable giving my personal social media out.
well, I mean like Twitter and stuff.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
that's what I mean, not like Facebook or anything
Yeah,
like that.
my Twitter account is Twitter handle DJ Grammy.
And mine is Jordan X Queen. And like I said, please feel free to follow the podcast page, which is Everything and Anything. But the actual @ is Podcasters with like 2 Z's. Because I was trying to think of a username, and that's the best I could do. So
Was Everything and Anything taken? Just curious.
yeah, the podcaster with 1 Z was taken. With 1 Z was taken.
The podcaster.
Podcasters.
This is podcasters.
Well, without the S. How would you podcasters?
Well, is
Z.
the podcaster Z available? Or is that
No.
not available?
It's not.
Okay. Yeah, folks, like, I really feel like Jordan and I really just kind of bounce off each other. This would be perfect radio. Just spitting it out there. So, once more, another reason to support Radio for a Cause. And we'll actually have other individuals on our radio station that are just like us, that they're very, very funny.
Yeah.
And they also get their own personal music choice for a radio show. So, and you'll get to talk to them on our Skype. And let me see. The radio station isn't up yet, but
It's a work in progress.
it's a work in progress, and we hope to have the money raised in a year.
Or less, if we're lucky enough. I mean, there's going to be a decent amount of people at this expo to hand out flyers and stuff, too. So,
yeah, we're actually going to be having, be making brochures.
yeah. And next week, we might have one of our friends be a special guest. So, I mean, look out for that.
Hoocha! That's right. So, subscribe to us and watch us every week.
Or listen to us.
One thing I think we should probably talk about.
Because it's a podcast, not watch.
So, since this is a podcast, are we going to take. Because I don't know. We haven't honestly discussed this yet. But are we going to take. Is this going to be like by season? And like, are we going to like take the summer off? Or are we going to do this year round?
Year round.
Okay,
Because
so-
things happen all the time.
Yeah, that's right. So, stuff happens all the time. So, this will be year round.
Unless one of us or both of us get sick for whatever reason and we don't end up doing that, then just know there won't be a podcast up for that week.
Yeah, that's fine. And and our Twiddle our Twitter handle will actually have that information up there. So
Yep.
yeah. All right, so I think we're gonna go ahead and sign off for the night.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really that late here, but we've been talking for almost a straight hour, and yeah. So enjoy the ending music to our podcast, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week, guys. DJ Grammy signing off.
Jordan Queen signing off.